Hey there everybody, welcome back to FinBear channel. Today what I would like to go over with everyone is my personal criteria when reviewing cryptocurrencies and trying to decide if it is a cryptocurrency that I feel is safe, that I feel is going to make money, and that I feel has long-term possibilities. So with all that, let's take a look at my list. So here we have the token criteria. First, it needed to be less than 100 billion total supply. And the reason why, for me personally, the majority of my tokens have less than 100 billion total supply is if you think about it, for one token that has under 100 billion supply, like that was the number, one token, if it hit $1, the market cap of that token would be $100 billion, which is reasonable, right? Very, very reasonable. To give you guys an example, give me one moment. I want to show you guys a little something. So here we have the total market cap of some of the biggest, or the total coins of the most popular coins, right? And this is on coinmarketcap.com. So keep in mind that 100 billion number I was saying. So Bitcoin has a circulating supply of 18 million. And with 18 million, that market cap is at 653 billion. And at its peak, it was over 1 trillion. And that was a huge number. That equated more than half of all cryptocurrency value in total. So if Bitcoin had a higher total supply, the chances that price value would probably be lower. And I don't want that. I want my coins to moon, all right? Ethereum has 116 million. And that is why its price has gone to 2,000 a coin. Okay, let's look at some of these smaller coins. So here we have, here's a good one, Doge. Doge has over 130 billion, and it's continuing to grow, even though it is deflationary. There's still more that gets produced every year. So at 130 billion tokens, it's hit 27 cents, and the market cap is at 35 billion, right? So when it hits $1, it will take up 130 billion, right? 130 billion. That is what, a sixth of what Bitcoin was, and that only took it to $1 versus Bitcoin being at $34,000, $35,000. Are we catching the difference there? That's something that I always want to look at when I look at how much capability a token might have as far as growth goes. Because we got to think in realistic terms. You got to do that math and see, okay, what would one coin, if it hit $1, cost on the total market? So if you're taking out like a coin that has 1 quadrillion tokens, so 1 quadrillion tokens, that means when it hits $1, it's $1 quadrillion on the market. That is significantly higher than all cryptocurrencies combined right now. It doesn't make sense. Even if you take it down to a penny, right? You take that down to 1 penny. That takes away what? 2 zeros or 1 zero? That's still over 100 trillion, I think. I don't know math, but you do the math. It's too much. It doesn't make sense. And the ecosystem of that coin probably can't support it. So that's something that you definitely want to take into consideration when you are considering tokens and investing in them. You want to know what the realistic expectations are for these coins. That way you're making the most money possible on them. Okay, so let's look back at our list. So we covered the 100 billion total supply, right? Just cross that off. All right, a solid white paper, which defines its purpose. You want a token that has a solid white paper because you want to know that they know what they're talking about and what it's about. If you have a white paper that only has a few, just like a few sentences, or it looks like it was made on like a Office, what's that thing? Office PowerPoint, or PowerPoint. It's a little sketch. It's a little concerning. If your white paper is only 3 pages and each page has maybe 10 sentences, they didn't put a lot of thought into that. There's not a strong ecosystem. Yeah, there's room to grow, but you still have to have a strong foundation. You want a coin that has a strong foundation. Here I have Stellar Lumen's white paper. It's a lot of pages. It looks like it has a lot of words that I probably don't understand, but I'm okay with that. I want people smarter than me developing a coin that I'm going to put my money into, right? And in fairness, literally anybody can make a coin, and that's what's so scary. If you have a BEP20 token, there are things online that will show you how to make it in like 5 minutes. You can go to PancakeSwap or any of those swap sites, and you can literally make a token. That's why you have those tokens out there with so many in their total supply. It's ridiculous. That's why it's so dangerous out there to just throw your money at any cost, because they might have a good thing like, oh, we're about this or we're about that. But if the developers are like poker players, or the developers have no experience in actual IT development, and they're not even quoting who is building out their token for them and building the ecosystem, and if they're talking about that they have partnerships, but they're not saying who those partnerships are, think about that. Think about that. So here's Stellar Lumens. It's a solid coin. I personally like Stellar Lumens. There's a reason why Visa is looking to get with Stellar Lumens. You know, it's a solid coin built by solid people. And there's still opportunity to grow with it. Let me see here. If we had Stellar Lumens, I think it might be up here. I didn't intend to pull up Stellar Lumens, but I just want to give you guys an idea. Stellar Lumens right here. So it has 23 billion tokens out in the system, right? 23 billion. So in order for it to hit $1, it needs 23 billion in market cap. We can do that. We can hit that number, people, and we can go higher. So let's go back to thinking about those things when we're looking at tokens that we're very interested in. So let me see here. Let's get back to our little white paper that we have up. So now we've got the solid white paper down, right? It tells us what the coin's about, what's it going to do, how do we use it and everything. Now we want to know who are the leaders in the field for the crypto. Like who's developing it and what's its purpose, right? That's super duper important, because if it's just a crap coin, it's not going to have a true purpose. It might have a pretty purpose where like, oh, that sounds good on paper, but in application, like, wait a minute. You said you gave money to this company or to this nonprofit, but where is this nonprofit saying, hey, we just received this from this coin, you know? Or one coin might say, hey, we burned all this. If they're only talking about burning and how to buy, possible pump and dump. Like if it's called Elon coin, they have a Viagra coin. Like if the coin has a silly name, yeah, and doesn't have anything else, be concerned. So with looking at leaders who are in the field and understanding that they know what they're talking about, because again, you want people ideally smarter than you, at least in that field, creating the coin that you're putting your hard-earned money into. You don't want to just give people your money, right? So let's look real quick at what we've got here, Ethereum. A lot of people know the Ethereum founders. Scroll down here, you know, Vitalik Buterin. He is very well known in the world of blockchain. Satoshi, really well known founder of blockchain for Bitcoin. I forget his name. I want to say it's View, and I apologize if I'm wrong. But the founder of VE Chain has a history in blockchain. He used to work, I believe it was for high-end designers like Louis Vuitton. He was part of the logistics and tracking all the stuff that goes on with that, and you know, ensuring that things were real and that every stop of that thing's design was verified. He's one who developed VE Chain. So like they have a background in this world and are creating something that is built upon what they've already done before and expanding it. Those are leaders you can get behind, because you're like, okay, they were already trailblazers and now they're gonna do their own thing. Heck yes, sign me up. That's very important. So you want to look up these people to see what is their story, what is going on. The leader of VE Chain did a TED Talk. That's how I found out about him. I thought that was very, very, very cool. All right, so let's go back to our paper and see what else we got to check off on our list. So we got the leaders in the field. It's being a brat. There we go. All right, easily accessible. You want a coin you can buy. You want a coin that people as a whole do not need to be well versed in crypto to be able to purchase, right? That's a kind of important thing that people, you know, sometimes overlook. If a coin requires you to, you know, jump through hoops to access it, that is a concern. Dogecoin, we'll take that for example. Dogecoin, here we are on CoinStats. You can scroll down, if you hear on markets, you can see every single market and pair that Dogecoin can be exchanged on. That is a good sign. That's a good, healthy sign. Is it on Coinbase yet? No, not yet. But it's on a lot of them. that is a big deal, because the more people that can access it, the more people that can buy it, the higher the value has a possibility of going. You don't want only a small group of people to be able to access it. And another thing that's really cool about this is that the more reliable, trustworthy, and stable a coin is, the more exchanges will allow it on their exchange, because it has gone through certain approvals that make it less likely to be a rug pull or to be a sketchy situation or a crap coin, right? Coinbase is possibly the most strict to get onto that I am personally familiar with. But you've got some others, like, Bitmart's a little loose. Like, Bitmart allows SafeCoin. SafeCoin is a BEP20 token, which they do concern me. Do I have some money in BEP20 coins? Yes, but not a lot, not the lion's share of my money. I just try to be smart. So Dogecoin has a lot of places that you can purchase it now, including Robinhood. So when it went on Robinhood and it started getting popular, had that social following, yeah, it boomed. And granted, it was on Robinhood for like almost a year prior to that, but it still boomed because people could access it. When people started talking about it, the fact that it was easy to access and purchase and exchange without having a true knowledge and having to set up, crypto wallets and download different exchanges, that was all in one place, it made it attractive to those who didn't know anything about investing. And that is a big reason why Dogecoin surged like it has this year. So let's go back to our fancy list. I'm still learning I need like 2 screens. If anyone has an extra monitor, hook me up. Okay, so easily accessible, we've addressed. Industry partnerships with proof. It's easy for someone to say, oh yeah, we're partnering with people in this industry, or we're doing this with that industry. But if they're not actually quoting names and those names aren't quoting them back, I'd be concerned. I'm like, that's almost like, a chick saying, yeah, that's my man. And that man has a wife. And he's like, nah, I don't know you. Like, that's sketchy. No, I'm good. So like VE Chain is a good example. Look at their enterprise and their ecosystem. They are involved with a lot of companies all around. You got Michigan State University, Givenchy, BMW. They don't have it on here, but they're involved with Walmart, like in China, Asia Walmart. A lot of cool things, and if you go onto these sites, you will see it in return on how they work with VE Chain for their logistics. It's a really cool thing. You want to see this in the coins that you're involved in that makes sense with what their utility or their purpose is. I personally love VE Chain. We know I've discussed that before. And it's on sale right now. Okay, so let's go back to our list. So industry partnerships, check. Strong social following. Now this I don't have a website for to show, but what has a strong social following and what doesn't. Doge, strong army. Shiba Inu, strong army. Shiba Inu, I'm not saying that's an amazing coin, but I am saying it has that social aspect. And that's something you're going to see. A lot of these coins that you're going to look at, they're not going to check everything off on this list. They're not. Not everyone, but there's going to be a few, and those few are the ones that I probably am already owning. Because that's important to me. But if you see a strong social following, you're going to see a good amount of people on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, GitHub, Telegram, Discord, all of them. You're going to see groups on this token, and you want to see how long it's existed. You're also going to want to see how many people, because sometimes you can be hosed. Sometimes a group might have 100,000 people in it, but it's only been around for 3 weeks. That's a concern. You want to make sure they have longevity at least a little bit, because yes, I know you want to get on the ground floor, but be careful because the ground floor is very easy for the rug to be pulled. If you're up a few stories higher, it doesn't matter if the rug gets pulled. You've got foundation and levels of a building protecting you, holding you up. So that's just something to take into consideration. We're going to cross off strong social following. And then last but certainly not least, check the chart. Check your technical analysis to confirm your entry. Right now is possibly a very good entry for a majority of tokens out there because we are in a reversal right now. Things are more red than they are green currently. So you can get a lot of things on a sale. Typically, for me personally, I would not buy at the top of the chart. If it's at the highest price it's ever been, I'd probably be a little concerned. We have gone over technical analysis. Every single stock video that I put up weekly, that's technical analysis. That's where you can see how to find those layers of support and resistance and let you see if it's a good opportunity to jump in or not. So use your resources for that. So that is my video on my personal token criteria when I'm looking to get into a token. I hope you found this beneficial. Let me know if you have different ideas of what qualifies for a token for you to invest in. And again, you gotta understand everybody's risk tolerance and their approach to this is going to be different. You might value certain things higher than I might, and vice versa. That's just how it is. This is all speculation. We don't have a crystal ball that says, yes, this is going to go up, or no, this is going to crash. Like, we don't know. We have to use the resources that are available to us and our own approach and how we have our relationship with money to determine how we're going to proceed further. So, we don't do scam coins. When someone asks me to do something on a stock or a coin, I'm not going out there to expose scam tokens or scam stocks. I don't believe in that, because I could be wrong. If a company or a token just started a few weeks ago, I can only make my opinion based off what information I have found out there on whether or not I personally feel comfortable going in on it or not. And you have that same responsibility for yourself with your money. Do you feel comfortable going in on that or not? Because it's your money. You are trying to build generational wealth. And I'm going to guarantee you right now, you're going to make mistakes. We all do. I do. It happens. Let's not talk about CTRM around me. Castor Maritime, whew, I learned my lesson. ICP, I bought at 190 because I saw it come down from 780, and I thought, ooh, it might rebound. No, it's free falling. It's at $40 right now for one token. So it happens. We make mistakes. We get emotional and we forget to follow our rules. So build your set of rules. Let me know what your set of rules are. Share with all of us, and maybe we can build a really strong system that we all make money off of, which would be amazing. So please hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content and you want more content like it. Please don't forget to comment in the discussion area so we can build a stronger community and be there for each other. Also, please don't forget to share with your family and friends, because I'm sure there's people out there that that are in the same position as you, that want to learn and they don't know where to start. And I hope that you trust me enough to help them get them started on their journey. Have an amazing week, do wonderful things, and let's go make some money.